Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. Thank you. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, baby. And yeah, man, today's podcast, man, we got to talk about it. Yo, the dollar is on the way out, man. You know what I'm saying? They are putting everything in position to get rid of the dollar, man. The dollar is no more, guys. The dollar is no more. You're no longer gonna have physical money. I mean, the founder and the owner of Cash App, man. You know what I'm saying? The guy who created Cash App, you know what I'm saying, was murdered. You know what I'm saying? He was murdered and stabbed in San Francisco in front of his I guess an apartment building or something like that. So Bob Lee, man, the owner of Cash App, Bob Lee, founder of Cash App, and the former chief technology officer of Square, was identified as the man stabbed to death early Tuesday morning near downtown San Francisco, according to his current employee, cryptocurrency startup mobilecoin. Uh, Officers reported at about 6:35 a.m. to a report of a stabbing in the block 300 of Main Street in the city of Richmond Hill neighborhood. Officers found the victim, who was taken to the hospital and succumbed to his injuries there, the police said. Um, Update: slaying of tech executive Bob Lee heightens in San Francisco and East Cut neighborhood. The city medical examiner officers has not yet identified the victim as of Tuesday evening, but friends and co-workers of Lee told KPIX he was the victim. Early Wednesday morning, MobileCoin confirmed the death of the 43-year-old Lee, who was the chief product officer of San Francisco-based cryptocurrency startup. Lee moved to Miami later last year, but was in town for a mobile coin leadership summit last week. So on and so forth. But as soon as this guy was moved out the way, now the Fed is rolling out the Fed Now app. And what the Fed Now app is pretty much like crypto, not crypto, but it's pretty much like Cash App, Venmo, all these payment apps, you know what I'm saying? Will no longer exist, guys. I mean, that's big, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of mysterious deaths that have went on with people who have created these payment instruments on your phone. The guy who created Vmos mysteriously passed away, and now we have the guy who created the Cash App mysteriously being murdered, stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Just he was randomly out. You know, what is he doing out 2 in the morning like that? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's worth all that type of bread, like, just mysteriously just gets stabbed out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge, I don't think he had any type of enemies like that or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, they making the moves, man. And with the Fed now, you already know the vibes. Like, they're gonna be taxing people crazy with no more physical money. You know what I'm saying? That, it's gonna make it a lot easier for the Fed to tax people and take whatever they want out of your bank account, man. You're not gonna have no more say so. You're not gonna have private trade anymore. You know what I mean? And uh, people need to be preparing for other ways to store their purchasing power. Like, you got cryptocurrency. Yes, that's true. I don't know what's going to go on with cryptocurrency. I am invested in cryptocurrency. But like I said, they're trying to regulate cryptocurrency too as well. So nobody really knows what's going to go on with cryptocurrency. Now that they got this guy out the way, you know what I'm saying? The owner, the creator of the Cash App, these forms of payment no longer going to be around. Like they're getting everybody out the way. The people who created these forms of payments, and the only one that's going to be left. Even PayPal's not safe, man. Now I mean, they're getting all these players out the way, man. The people who created PayPal. Now they got this guy out the way who created the Cash App, and they're getting everybody out the way now. You know what I'm saying? And we're moving towards a cashless society. The dollar is dead, guys. You know what I'm saying? The dollar is dead. Just like they said in the Bible, like people are going to be throwing their money in the streets. It's over. You know what I mean? Like the dollar's been digital. Like I don't even think you guys know that the dollar's been digital. You know what I mean? Because when you put your money in the bank, they're only allowed to keep a certain percentage of your money in the bank. You dig what I'm saying? It's fractional banking. It's fractional banking. You got to read the book. I mean, there's a really good book called The Money Creators. You know what I'm saying? This book was wrote a long time ago. Like that's one of the books that I read, and it's another book. I forgot the name of the other book. I think it's called Devil from Jekyll Island or something like that, that talks about money mechanics is another one. You got to read those. You know what I'm saying? How the Federal Reserve put out this book a long time ago. The Federal Reserve of Chicago put this book out called Money Mechanics, and it breaks down how the banks use your money. You know what I mean? Use your money because banks can't create money. You dig what I'm saying? It's against the law for banks to create money. So they use your money in order to make money. This is why they have to charge you interest. This is how the banks make money. You dig what I'm saying? And it's even deeper than that. I'm not going to get into it too deep. You know what I mean? But there's only like 30% of the money supply that's physical. The rest of it is digital anyway. So you actually been on a digital currency all this time. Now I mean, you already been on a digital currency. You've been on a digital currency all this time. You didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Because money is not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold and silver. I think a lot of people know that already. So they got you off the gold and silver. You know what I mean? And basically, it's money backed by your labor. That's what the money is backed by. Your labor. You're actually the money creators of the Federal Reserve note. It's not money. It can't be money. You know what I mean? In order for it to be money, you need something of tangible. You need something tangible in return to turn into that. You know what I'm saying? To turn that money in for. You can't like back in the day. You could take a note. It wasn't called a Federal Reserve note back in the day. It was called a gold certificate. You know what I'm saying? It was called a gold certificate, and back in the day, you can take that gold certificate and exchange it for the same equal value in weight in gold or silver. You know, this is what JFK was trying to do. You know what I mean? He was trying to give us constitutional money again. You know what I'm saying? With Executive Order 10111, he was trying to implement silver back into circulation with the what's it called, the silver certificates. You know what I'm saying? And they assassinated him. You know what I mean? He took him out of here. You know, because he's messing around with the bank's money, and he was trying to put the power back into the people and have the government create the notes again. You know what I mean? Have them print the money again. And they got him out of here. And as soon as they got him out of here, you know, blew his top off, they stopped the production of the silver certificates. Like soon, like a month after he was assassinated, they stopped production of the silver certificates. So this has been the plan to get you off your gold and get you off the gold and silver standard. I mean, this has been the plan since jump. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're dealing with gold and silver, you're actually dealing with you're dealing with freedom. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is attached to that controls you. You know, it's all about control, man. It's all about control. You know what I'm saying? And with the Fed now, they're just lining everything up. You know what I mean? They're just lining everything up to for the Fed to be the only means of payment. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that cryptocurrency is going to survive. I don't think it's going to survive. I think they're gonna regulate it so hard that uh, nobody will want to use it anymore for means of payment. But you still have physical gold and silver that people need to be, um, putting their purchasing power in. And I'm not a financial advisor or nothing like that. If you need a financial advisor, I advise you to seek a financial advisor because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information and hoping this information can help you in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what today with the today and the internet and the way that information is shared, it's kind of tough for them to get stuff by us. You know what I mean? By us now, but you can't let this type of thing occupy your time too much. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be taking the same type of time and the same energy to put into something positive that can, affect your life positively. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that when you start scrolling on TikTok, because I've been a victim of this too, like messing around with TikTok. I'm saying, yo, I'm just gonna mess around for a little bit. I'm a little bored or whatnot, just to waste a little time, and then you start scrolling on TikTok, man, and you don't realize how much time you wasted on TikTok, and it's just like, damn, I done wasted, I done wasted 2 hours, 3 hours on this thing scrolling, and you know, this is this we were all, people don't understand. We were already set up to go to be in a cashless society. We were already set up for this. It's just gradually over time they got us off the physical paper. Gradually over time, it started with the credit cards. You know what I'm saying? It started with the credit cards, and then it went from the credit cards to the debit cards. You know what I'm saying? Then it went from the debit cards to the prepaid cards, and like they gradually, and then it went to the prepaid cards to the gift cards, and you notice how everything is on a card and everything has a chip on it. You know what I'm saying? You see how they getting you used to certain things. You see how they getting used to plastic, and you see how see how they setting you up mentally to get used to dealing with chips. You know what I'm saying? What did the Bible say that there eventually will happen to people? People will be chipped. You know what I mean? And they're getting you used to robots. You know what I'm saying? And AI technology, and artificial intelligence, and all this crazy stuff. All this stuff goes against nature, man. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff goes against nature. All this AI technology that people are excited about. People are excited about the vehicles that can drive themselves, and the electrical cars. Like, it's all about controlling you. You know what I mean? When you got electrical cars here in America, in other countries they got cars running on water. They got cars running on air. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video of a guy who took his electrical car and he did something with the belt, and he wrapped it around the alternator, and the car charges up itself by running. The generator. He did something like where he put like a generator on it on the vehicle. How come the car industry can't do that? Put a generator where it self charges itself, so you don't have to charge it. It just runs on its own charge. It's a lot of stuff that what I'm saying that can free us. Nikola Tesla, man. He had the electrical tower, power tower. A lot of Tesla technology is being used today. Not for good though. When Tesla was doing this thing and coming up with inventions. He was doing it for the purpose of freeing humanity from the shackles of independence on someone else giving them light, someone else giving them all these things to keep them alive. What Tesla was trying to do is free everybody, but he didn't have the financial means to do it on his own. So he went to the Rockefellers for help, and all they did was give him promises. You know what I'm saying? Give him promises all day, and take his blueprints to his inventions. They stole a lot of his inventions, his blueprints. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, like I said, is being used today, and a lot of inventions that were made and that they use are being used and were stolen from ancient Kemet too as well. You know what I'm saying? They had lights and all that stuff back in those days. You know what I'm saying? The pyramids and all that. They had lights and all that, but they won't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that there's pyramids here in America. You know what I'm saying? And they found eight Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that though. And behind the ice wall, there's pyramids. You know what I'm saying? And there's a whole another species behind the ice wall. Like it gets crazy, man. Like, nah, man, it gets crazy. Like you start digging a little bit, you know what I mean, and then you start realizing like everything you was taught was some BS. You know what I'm saying? Everything you was taught was some BS, man. But the dollar's on the way out, like China and Africa and who else, man? China, Africa, and Russia are coming together. You know what I mean? They joining forces together. Africa is just dumping, countries in Africa are dumping the dollar. Russia is dumping the dollar. Who else, man? I think Saudi Arabia, somebody like that is on the verge of dumping the dollar to trade in oil and all that good stuff for commodities and stuff. So things are getting real, but they got you occupied here in America, but fugazi stuff on TV and the internet, and this person dating that person. None of this stuff is being broadcasted on the news. They got everybody in they got blinders over everybody here in America. You know what I mean? The only people that really know what's going on is the people who mess around on TikTok or mess around on certain social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people that really know what's going on, and the people that take that information and dig and research for themselves what's going on. But a lot of this stuff is out of your control. Like, you know what I'm saying? The best thing you can do is prepare as much as you can, because things are turning the corner quickly, and things are speeding up. You know what I'm saying? Things are moving quickly. Now the Fed Now is coming. You know what I'm saying? The word is on these platforms is that the dollar's being pulled in August. So you got the Fed Now that just popped up. You know what I'm saying? In August, he's supposed to be pulling the plug on the dollar. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if it's August or October, November. I don't know. But that's the word that they're going to pull the plug on the dollar, because people around other countries are no longer want to deal with the dollar no more. No longer want to deal with the U.S., man. But it's karma, man. It's karma, man. You know what I'm saying? It's karma. Like the things that the U.S. had done to other countries, man, going to other countries and warring with other countries. I mean, it's karma, man. You know what I'm saying? This day was going to eventually come. Eventually, all empires crumble and fall. All empires. No matter how strong they are, how rich they are, you know what I'm saying? You have your time and moment. And, America had its time. You know what I'm saying? They had 400 years. You know what I mean? 400 years to run the world. And they did it for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? And they did their dirt and all that. You know what I mean? But, it's time for them. It's time for them to step down. It's time for, the other countries to raise up and come up. You know what I'm saying? All the countries that were depressed and impressed, you know what I'm saying, and scrutinized by America, man, um, it's time for them to come up and do their thing, man. It's just what it is. You don't stay the boss forever. You know what I'm saying? Empires crumble, empires raise up, empires crumble and fall, and I mean, this is time for America to, step down. Step down as one of the world's powers. You know what I'm saying? I believe that China is going to be the world power. You know what I mean? Just by what they produce. Like, they produce more than a lot of countries, especially us. We don't produce anything anymore in America. You know what I'm saying? We were very heavy back in the day in production, like production of goods and services. When a car was made here in America, it was made to last back in the day, 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and in the 80s, and it didn't start with these old plastic cars, man. These plastic cars start coming in like in the mid 90s when they start putting that fiberglass with these cars, man. And that was the beginning of the downfall of America, man. A lot of the factory plants closed. I know back home in Buffalo now, I mean, you had the Bethlehem Steel, you know what I'm saying? It was a big time factory back in the day. People never had to worry about a job, living in Buffalo back in the day. Everybody had work. Everybody was making good money. Back in the day, you can just work a person can work one job and he was able to take care of his family, buy a home, buy a vehicle or two, just working one job. And that goes to show you how inflation has, destroyed your purchasing power. It's crazy. I'm watching Island Life on TV, and me and my queen, we're trying to put ourselves in position, you know what I'm saying, financially, to move out of the US. You know what I'm saying? Move out of the US and move to the island somewhere. We got a couple of spots we're looking at, and Dominican Republic is one, Puerto Rico is another one, Mexico is another one, and American Samoa is another one, and Guam. We're looking at those spots. Maybe Fiji, Tanzania is another one. So we're looking to move out of America. And a lot of people are relocating. You know what I'm saying? They see the writing on the wall. Know what I mean? They see the writing on the wall, and they see that your quality of life has shrunken. You know what I'm saying? Inflation is eating your purchasing power. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a man could work one job back in the 60s and 70s and feed his whole family and have a whip and have a house, and the joint be paid for, your house be paid for, your car be paid for, no mortgages, no nothing crazy, and the house wasn't that much. You know what I'm saying? The house be like 5,000-10,000 and get you a really nice house for that price. Try doing that today. You're gonna get something that's abandoned, that's beat up, and not even livable, yo. So, it's time to pivot. You know what I'm saying? The writing's on the wall. It's time to pivot and get out of here. You know what I mean? That's why we're gonna look at some places, you know what I'm saying, outside of America. I mean, even if it's in US territories. Long as it's outside of America, man. Because things about to get crazy, man. People gonna be wilding in the streets like they already been in Philly. People are rioting in Philly and breaking into Targets and stealing stuff out of Target. Like, it's about to get wild, man. Because there's no jobs, no jobs for the youth, no jobs for nobody, and people are tired of the BS. You know what I'm saying? People are tired of the BS. People are tired of working these 9-to-5s and not getting the proper pay. You know what I mean? People are tired of working these 9-to-5s and not getting any type of benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? What you make today, this is what these corporations think you're worth. There's $15 an hour, there's $12 an hour. Man, I still see jobs with not for $9 an hour. Are you kidding me? Well, inflation, I mean, this is ridiculous. $9 an hour? Like, yo, when you can live in Mexico and your purchasing power will take you back to prices from 2001. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And now you starting to see, all this, you seen the one where the family was kidnapped in Mexico. The lady went to go get some type of surgery done, and they were kidnapped by the cartels and this, that, and the third. It was a melanated family. You know what I'm saying? But uh, when was the last time you actually seen a news broadcast of a melanated family when they actually cared about a melanated family being kidnapped and murdered? You know what I'm saying? Usually the story is always about a Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Not to make this a racial thing, because it's not. But 9 times out of 10, when something brutal happens like that, they never cover the stories of melanated people going through any type of kidnapping or trauma. Or only time they really do is when it's when it's our own doing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's melanated or melanated crime, you know what I mean, or something like that. That's the only time you really get coverage. Or if it's something that's happened in the hood, you know what I'm saying, that they sensationalize everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about ratings. It's all about ratings. It's not about the news. So that's why I don't even watch the news. You know what I mean? Because it's not even. You won't get the truth out of it. You won't get the truth out of it. You know what I'm saying? Here in America, people are starting to realize, going to these other countries. For years he told us Africa was just some jungles and some lions and tigers just walking around, and people acting uncivilized. And then a lot of people are going to Africa and realizing that it's not even the case. It's not even the case. They realize that Africa is beautiful. The people over there are beautiful. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to do in Africa. You know what I mean? America don't want you to leave here. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to leave here. Then what are they gonna have continue to build their corporations and continue work for these wages that don't even amount to inflation? Know what I mean? You busting your back at these 9 to 5 jobs. You busting your back working 40, 50, 6 hours there. I used to do it. I used to work 50 hours a week. I used to work 60. The most hours I ever worked was like 90 something hours in 1 week, and I thought that was the way to do it. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was the way. This is before all this internet explosion and the explosion of, all these platforms. You know what I'm saying? It was the baby time of the internet. When Google was a baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40. Well, I'm going on 46, so it's a different time. And you didn't have all these opportunities like you do now. You know what I'm saying? To branch out and do your thing and get your voice heard all over the world. Like, you didn't have all this stuff. So that if you want to do something that was on your own, you had to get a brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? You had to get a brick and mortar. It was very few opportunities you can do on your own besides a brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have all these opportunities. You didn't have YouTube. You didn't have Facebook. You didn't have Instagram and TikTok and all these platforms that can get your voice heard quickly. So it's not hard today to get you a side hustle if you're just looking for a side hustle. It's not hard today to promote your business online if you got a product line or a clothing line or a shoe line or whatever type of line, designer line, like whatever you doing, man. You know what I mean? It's possible with the internet to get it popping and not wait long anymore. You know what I mean? Not wait long. Get it popping quickly. and you can turn around and be making revenue. See, they coming up with this Fed Now. You know what I'm saying? Because all this internet bread. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things with the internet bread don't coincide with. See, with brick and mortar, you got a lot of costs. You know what I'm saying? You got taxes and all that with a brick and mortar, and you got a lot of things you got to pay, like insurance and all that stuff. So you don't got to do all that stuff when you're doing affiliate marketing and you selling products online. It don't same thing don't apply to internet money. You dig what I'm saying? So now with this Fed Now coming in, and they rolling out this Fed Now, and they moved Son out the way, the owner of Cash App. You know what I mean? He got him out the way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now it's, in a minute they're gonna start, trying to figure out ways to get bread off people who make money on the internet, man. That's why I see coming next. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see coming next. He trying to squeeze everybody for every little penny. You know what I mean? But the problem is we don't have real sound money. You know what I'm saying? The system is based off debt that we currently operate in, and when you run in a system like that, you can never succeed or get ahead in a system like that of debt. You dig what I'm saying? Now, Mansa Musa, who was he ran the empire of Mali. You know what I mean? He didn't run a system of debt. You know what I'm saying? Mansa Musa was the richest man who ever lived. He was worth 500 billion in gold, not 500 billion in debt. You know what I'm saying? Not 500 billion in paper. You know what I mean? 500 billion in true, real live assets, gold, silver, you know what I'm saying, even copper. But he had gold, and he actually, when he was the king of the empire of Mali, you know what I mean, he brought that he brought his people out of inflation and all that by pumping his gold into the circulation. And not only that, he gave people gold. You know what I'm saying? He gave away a lot of his gold to his people. So not only was he rich, you dig what I'm saying, his people accumulated wealth as well. And that's why he's so revered today. You know what I mean? As, the man that he was back then when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? And you never learn this stuff in books, man. In order to learn this stuff, you gotta dig. You know what I mean? You gotta do your own research. That's the thing too. That's great about the internet. You can research about this stuff. You know what I mean? Go on the internet and research about this stuff, and then take it further if you like to. You dig? Like I said, you can't really rely on everything you read on the internet. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta do some little bit more researching on your own. But yeah. I got books on Mansa Musa that I haven't read yet, but got a bunch of books I gotta read, man. And that's too, man. People need to read, man. You know what I'm saying? Get back to reading. Reading stimulates the mind. Reading keeps you from being senile. It's healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't use it, you lose it. That's what anything that deals with the human body. If you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not stimulating your mind, you're going to lose it. You know what I'm saying? You're not stimulating anything in your body, you're going to lose it. You know what I mean? But the Fed Now is here, people. The Fed Now is here. Are you ready for a cashless society? You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about this for about 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Another book you should read, Behold the Pale Horse. You know what I mean? All this stuff is in Behold the Pale Horse. You know what I'm saying? So that's another book you can read too as well. Behold the Pale Horse, The Money Creators, and Chicago Federal Reserve Bank Money Mechanics. Those are books you should read, and you'll find out what's going on and how they create different disasters and stuff like that to pretty much steal the wealth from the people. You know what I mean? Steal the wealth from the people. People in America don't know they're still under British rule. You know what I'm saying? Through adhesion contracts, but I'm not going to get into that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into that. But yo, the Fed Now is here, man, and they're moving everybody else out the way. PayPal is going to be non-existent. Venmo, all these payment options are going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? Cash App is getting ready to be out of here. All these payments, the only one that's going to be left is Fed Now, and they're going to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to tax people like crazy who owe taxes and all that. You won't be able to not pay your taxes now. You know what I mean? And it's about to get wild, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like your money's always been digital. It's always been digital. You know what I'm saying? It's always been digital because there's a certain amount of physical money out there. I'll give you a prime example. If you got $200,000 in the bank, go try to pull out $200,000 out your bank account and see if you get $200,000 right there at the bank. They won't have it. Because why? Because they take your money, type in some digits into the computer. You know what I'm saying? You think you got $200,000 in your bank, which you actually don't. They take your $200,000 and they lend it out. You know what I'm saying? By law, they only got to keep 10% of your deposit. I think it's less than that now. I think it's 5% now. I actually read somewhere that they don't even have to keep your deposit on demand anymore. You know what I mean? I seen a video too with Soulja Boy. He tried to pull out $100,000 and they gave him $30,000. He was like, yo, he was tight. He was like, yo, where the rest of my money at? Where the rest of my money? It's because they lended it out. That's how the banking system works. It's a fraud. It's a fraud, and it's a scam. All the stuff that's tied to the banking industry is a scam. Mortgages, all that stuff is a scam. Car loans is a scam. It's all a scam. They're robbing your wealth. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the word mortgage. Mortgage. Listen to the word mortgage. What does that sound like? Death. What happens to you when you die? You go to the what? The morgue. What do we call a house loan? Mortgage. And that's all I'm gonna say. But that's my take, guys. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in to my podcast episode. Please share this with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Please share this with everybody. But that's my take, guys. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9, and I want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. One.